So guys, welcome back to the channel. I've decided to get out of my old haunt up on the nature reserve, and nice to be serenaded by a noisy jay. Don't often see many up here because there's, apart from the plantation over there, there's not really an awful lot of cover. But I'm heading out on the reserve today just to see what's about, to be honest. I'm heading down to an old mine workings where a lot of birds hang out, wheaties that have just arrived. Resident kestrels and things like that, but to be honest, I haven't been out for ages, so you know, it's a bit of a stab in the dark. I needed to get out just for the day, a nice bit of weather. It's pretty bright and harsh, but I'm going to get out, get set up and hope for the best, really. Just if anything comes along, if I sit there all day and get nothing, I don't really care, to be honest. For me, it is all about getting out and just being out in nature and watching the world go by. And if I get something, it's a bonus. If I don't, I don't. I know that if I come out here half a dozen times, I'll probably get rewarded with something. But at the moment, it's tail end of March and things are starting to move, species are starting to come in. So who knows what will turn up, maybe nothing. But it's going to be a bit of a quiet vlog today. I'm not really in the zone just to be talking about things all day. I just want to be out, chill out and see what happens. So guys, all set up now under the ghillie blanket. I've got the blanket draped around the wall, a few rocks on top to give it stable. It's covering the camera. I'm nicely tucked behind a wall here, kind of nicely hidden. Surprisingly enough, I've got the Canon R3 with me today, and I've got the 1.4 teleconverter onto my 500, so it gives me 700mm, and I've got the EF and the RF adapter there as well. Yeah, good to go. Just tested the video, tested my settings, all good to go. Got everything laid out below me here. Got water, lunch, spare batteries, you name it. My backside's semi-covered, bag's covered over. So yeah, good to go. Just sit tight, see what happens. Nice flock of golden plover going over the top. Quite a few pipits around, stonechats. Sit, be patient. And yeah, I got at least kind of 6 hours here, so make the most of it. So this is kind of my viewpoint now. Got a nice wall in front, nicely tucked up behind here with the viewpoint out going across there to the little rocky outcrop there. Sun swinging around a little bit, so it's going to be coming into right to the side of me in a moment, so it's going to be a little bit too bright, but I'm going to just sit tight and hope for the best. But yeah, got all the gear set up, all good to go in case I need anything, but nice little position to be in. But on the other bird front, it's been really quiet. A few skylarks calling, no stonechats. The pipits have gone quiet. So guys, we're an hour in at the moment, and so far we've had some carrion crows, a raven and some meadow pipits. So real quiet. And I've just literally then had a sparrowhawk. I think it's a female, quite large, just over the back, doing a bit of flying around. Quite a way away from where I am, but yeah, it's quite as I expected. Didn't expect amazing results, but you know, there's time yet and something may turn up. It is early spring, so it is one of those situations where anything could make an appearance. There's lots of birds around at the moment that people are seeing. We've had serin through, we've had hoopoo, all sorts of stuff down here. I'm not saying they're going to turn up here, because they're probably not going to, but a few comments I've had recently on a few of my vlogs. If you watched the last one, I think I had a comment from a chap that said, thinks I need to invest more time in producing vlogs with more results. I'll try my hardest to go out and get results, because that's kind of what I do every single time. But the reality is, with wildlife photography, as many of you out there, especially if you're vlogging, it doesn't happen every time. It's just the reality. The hit rate is pretty bad. If I did vlogs just only when I get something decent, I'd never do any. I vlog as I see it, and if I don't get results, I'll still vlog and I'll still put it out there. Yeah, today maybe, hopefully we'll be in into some bird species maybe, or we'll just sit and enjoy. But well, who knows? We'll see. So I've just had an amazing experience there. I've just had a Ring Ouzel. Now I was looking over at a spot near the rocks over there, and there was a blackbird. And I was looking over again, and I was kind of like, it looked a bit shiny on the front, and you can just make out a nice little silvery shim on the front of a Ring Ouzel. Now we do get these coming through here. They don't breed here. They breed up on Dartmoor, which is just up the line a little bit, but fantastic. It got real close in amongst the heather there. So I've got a nice shot there of a Ring Ouzel. Hopefully I'll put that up on the screen next. But what a bird. I usually see one every year. But this is the first time I've seen one at Goonhilly. It's always down at a place called Kynance I see them, or on the airfield. But yeah, fantastic. Awesome. So, did I expect to see a Ring Ouzel today? No, and I did. So yeah, well happy with that. Absolutely, what a cracking bird. I don't know if you can hear that with the small mic, but love the sound of a skylark. Really is nice. And it goes quiet. Just cut like that, straight away. I don't know if anybody's ever managed to witness a merlin feeding on a skylark, or hunting a skylark, should I say, where the skylark is airborne, calling, doing his little hover, drop, and the merlin then just keeps the skylark in the air for a long period of time until the skylark gets absolutely knackered and it can't stay up there any longer, and it drops to the ground, literally completely and utterly worn out, and then the merlin comes in, picks the bird up, and off it goes. Pretty cruel, but it's an ingenious way of hunting. It would be fantastic to see one of those today, but the chances are extremely thin. Quite a scarce bird, the merlin. We do get them here, but sort of throughout the year, but in very small numbers, and got to be pretty lucky to see one of those. And getting a shot, well, that's another story. Not seen the kestrel at all this morning, or a buzzard. The excitement's always there with me, you know. I'm here watching, looking around constantly, getting neck strain, ducking down, back's hurting, you know, need to stretch my legs out. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the what if and what may turn up. You're always thinking, oh, you know, it's going to happen at some point. Something will drop in and you will get rewarded, but it just doesn't happen often enough. But it does happen. So when it does, it's worth it. Absolutely worth all those trips where you don't get any results. If you've got any stories, guys, of any magical moments you've had where you've been sitting in wait for something to land or whatever, that particularly paid off or didn't pay off, just let us know in the comments. Be interested to see and hear your stories. such a cracking day today. Really is. The weather's been superb. But the wildlife is so quiet today. It really is. I mean, it's a lovely bit of sunshine. And around these old buildings here, there's loads of insects buzzing around. I've seen butterflies, I've seen bumblebees. And I've seen hardly any birds, even small pipits, stonechats. There's a rocky outcrop round here. And there's loads of black redstarts going through at the minute. They love this sort of area. And wheatears as well, foraging through, but it's just dead. Holding out for that all-important raptor at the end, which probably not going to show itself. But like I said in the beginning, it is the way it goes. Oh, we've got one bird I can see in a distance. Looks like a pipit or a chat. Oh, it's quite nice. Just a little stonechat just along the dead grass there. A nice bit of light actually behind it. Well, that's a couple of shots in the bag. We've had an ouzel and a stonechat. So it's better than nothing. No kestrels, absolutely none. Back under the ghillie blanket anyway, and a cup of tea I think, and a biscuit, and see what happens. So I've just had to readjust myself a little, because that sun's, as you can tell probably in this video, that it's getting really bright and it's coming right into the front of the camera now, which I knew was going to happen, but I'm too exposed to move out into the heath, so I'm moved around to this angle, hoping to maybe get some birds that might pop in here. So just kind of readjusted myself and now got the sun sort of behind me. Reluctant always to move around too much in case anything's watching me, but you know, needs must, and now I've moved. We'll see what happens. Maybe I might get rewarded with something, but it's been deadly quiet. So yeah, a few more hours yet, so sit tight, sit it out and see what happens. So finally, after about 5 hours with the ouzel stonechat, we've had the resident buzzard in, which was just feeding along some fence posts, and I got a bit of a picture of it just behind a stone wall on a post behind, and a little bit of video footage. But you know, it's not groundbreaking, but it was great to see, and a massive morale pickup that it's getting to that time in the afternoon now where things might suddenly just pick up a little bit. It's about 3:30, so fingers crossed that's a sign of things to come, and we might get the resident kestrels in. But seeing a buzzard, you know, fantastic. You know, certainly after a very quiet day, it's good to see something start to move in, and it's a very vast area, so you know, it's a bit of a needle in a haystack. But no, happy days. Nice to see the buzzard. So guys, that concludes the vlog for today. That's kind of 7.5 hours under the ghillie blanket. Not a massive amount to show for it today. But hey, you know, that's just the way it goes with wildlife photography. You can't win them all and you can't get them every time. But I thoroughly enjoyed myself. You know, I got a couple Stonechats there, a couple pipits, a few crows buzzing around, and that nice resident buzzard as well, which is really good to see. And most of all, got the Ring Ouzel, which is amazing. I'm hoping the image comes out okay. But yeah, thanks for coming along, guys, and I'll see you all next time.